So let me ask you this though. What about when you're not on stream building your brand and you guys are all sitting around playing off stream? Do you guys do the same shit? Are you still playing the same way that you do when you're on stream? Because obviously it's not optimal, but is it just about the gamble and about the rush, or is it different when you guys are on stream?
So it depends. It depends on what the lineup is, and if it's a lot of the people that we play with all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes those games will get pretty damn wide, just like what you're seeing on TV. And sometimes the games are not. They're for much higher stakes, as high as 10 and 20,000, no limit hold'em, which is probably some of the biggest games in North America. And those games are social games, and people aren't four betting there, and they're not floating without pairs because the money's huge, and also because the games are more social. It's not about maximizing profitability in those games. It's about being around really interesting people who are very successful in their lives, and having great conversations. And poker is a platform that happens. And so in those games, you're not playing as crazy. You're not trying to isolate. You're not trying to dominate an opponent who's maybe a business person, who's there to have fun. Because if you did that, you just wouldn't come back. Right. And that's what people don't understand, because you're trained to be a killer. When you're in these smaller blind games and you're winning, you're like, it's all about the four bet, isolate the weak player, stack them, take all you can. And I did all that too. But it depends on the game, because a lot of these games, poker is just a platform to bring a lot of really interesting people together to have a great time. And yeah, money changes hands. But if you were to play like that, you'd just be a dick and you couldn't come back.
No, I get it, and you are spot on, and that is how the poker world works. I will say the funniest shit ever to me, and I've talked about this with my partner Ryan, who plays a lot of games that, he's talked to me often about, like, I mean, I know the poker politics. I know that you have to do this to get in these games. You have to be this. You have to act like this. But I've often told Ryan, like, if you're not there just because you are there for the camaraderie, you're not there for the cool people that you want to be around. You're not there, like, you're literally there to play poker. I never understood the theory of going and donking off a couple $100K just so you could get this the seat the next week. I do understand what you're saying though, totally, and it is exactly how streaming works, and fucking, we're glad you guys feel that way. I mean, shit, I talked to Alan, met with him a few times recently, and we've been talking, and I learned a lot. Like, he told me, he goes, hey, we don't, just like you said, we don't want somebody in here 3 and 4 betting and isolating. We want to fucking see flops. And it's like, so if you're going to come in here and isolate and 3 or 4 bet, I'm not saying you guys don't do that. You do, of course, but to your point, like a guy sitting around waiting for an optimal hand and playing like the charts say. So no, I get it. And thank God for guys like you with a ton of money that will do that, because it's taken over the poker world. So totally get it. Totally get it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of work at the same time.
Yeah.